Hello students, I am Mrs. Divya. This is my 10th video on chapter 7 evolution. In the previous module we had discussed about certain evidences for evolution. In this video I am going to give you some examples of natural selection. Now what is natural selection? That I am going to explain in the upcoming modules. But here, previously, as you had studied different evidences for origin of life, here I am going to quote certain examples which are nothing but evidences for natural selection. So, according to Charles Darwin students, he said that organisms have evolved mainly due to natural selection. So, I can quote certain examples which prove that natural selection might have occurred. Okay, so here one such example is of industrial melanism, which says that there was development of dark colored peppered moths that was mainly in response to air pollution. So this took place in Great Britain because of the industrial revolution there. Okay, and the dark colored moths had developed mainly due to random mutation. Okay, so let us discuss this. So industrial melanism was actually initially first studied by two scientists, R.A. Fisher and E.B. Ford. Later on, recently, another scientist named Kettlewell made the similar observations. Got it? So now, before the Industrial Revolution could take place in Great Britain, that is, it was around 1850. So during this period, there was a certain type of moths, students, called as Biston betullaria. So these were nothing but white colored moths. Okay, so here these moths, they were pale colored, or I can say they were white colored with white wings, and on the wings they had pepper like small spots present on it. Okay, pepper like in the sense small black spots present on it, right? So because of this moth were also called as peppered variety or peppered moths. So this moth, generally they are nocturnal in nature, so they would rest on the tree trunks during daytime, right? So during those days, as there were no industries, there was less of air pollution, so all the trees were completely covered by lichens, right? So on these lichen covered trees, these moths, pale colored moths, would be camouflaged. So what do you mean by the term camouflage here? I am telling you that these pale colored moths were present on the lichen covered tree trunks and they were camouflaged. That means they were present in disguise. So camouflage in the sense, students, you know the example of the chameleons, we say that they change the color according to the environment where they are present, right? So in the same way, certain organisms, if you see, you can find that they take the color of the environment wherever they are present, according to the habitat wherever they are present, so that they are protected. Okay, so generally in the militaries and all, during the wars, you can see that they will be covering their body with grasses, that is so that they are not easily seen, so that they can hide themselves, right? So here also these white colored moths, they could protect themselves easily because of their coloration, right? As the tree trunk were also white colored because of the lichens, right? See here, on the other hand, There were also another variety which had been appeared during those days, that were the dark winged moths. Okay, so there were very less number of these dark winged moths on the lichen tree trunks, right? So this variety was called as Biston carbonaria. Remember students, it is called as Biston carbonaria. They were dark colored or they were black colored. So these moths, they could be easily seen on the lichen covered tree trunks. So they became easy victims of the predatory birds. The predatory birds could easily identify them and they could easily kill them. Hence, the variety of this bird moths was very less. Okay, so at that time, peppered variety was around 99% of the moth population, whereas the melanic forms, these were called as the melanic forms, students, as they were dark colored, and they formed only 1% of the moth population. Okay, so though both the what varieties were prevalent, remember that, right? The common variety found was Biston betullaria, that is the white colored variety. Okay, but this had suddenly appeared, the carbonaria or the melanic form, but they were very less in number, right? Because they were easily seen by the predatory birds. Okay, then when industrial revolution took place, what happened now? Because of industrial revolution during the 1920s, there were large number of industries in Great Britain, and these industries now they started releasing black sooty smoke, right? So because of this, what happened was that now the tree trunks were completely, they started becoming black in color, and also they killed the lichens. So you must have studied the lichens. Last year you have studied, students. Lichens are good pollution indicators, if you remember that, right? So we can see the growth of lichens only in pollution free areas, right? So here, as industrial revolution took place, there was much of air pollution, and because of this the lichens started to reduce, they were killed, and now the tree trunks, what about the color of the tree trunks now? That also started becoming dark or blackish in color, right? So now what about the moths? So this became an advantage to the dark winged moths or the melanized moths. Got it? How? Now on the tree trunks you could see that the white moths were easily identified, but the black moths or the dark moths were camouflaged, right? So now the population of the dark moths started to increase because the white moths were easily seen and they were picked up by the predatory birds, right? So the predatory birds started to eat them, kill them. So now their number decreased drastically. Got it? So here you can see that initially, if the dark colored moths were only of around 10%, then slowly later on what happened? The number of those dark moths went on increasing. Why? Because they survived. They were not seen by the predatory birds, and the white moths, they were killed by the predatory moths, so their number went on decreasing. Yes. So here this suggests that natural selection has resulted in establishment of a phenotypic trait in changing environmental conditions. Yes, children. So here what has taken place actually? The peppered variety, they became prey to the predators because they could be easily distinguished, right? So what happened now? The nature selected the melanic forms because to that environmental conditions, to that particular conditions, which was favorable now? It was the dark or the melanic forms which were more adjusting to that environment. So the nature selected them, they went on multiplying, right, and their number increased. Okay, so this is one of the good examples. Another example we have, that is resistance of insects to pesticides, right? So here DDT, students, DDT is used to spray as an insecticide or a pesticide, right? So this was came to use in the late 1945s. Till then people didn't know what is DDT. People came to know the use of DDT as an insecticide or a pesticide only during only, that is mainly after the Second World War, and it was around 1945. Okay, so it was thought to be an effective insecticide against household pests, right, such as the house flies, mosquitoes, etc. But within just 2 to 3 years, right, so just within 2 to 3 years of the introduction of this insecticide, now there was appearance of new DDT resistant mosquitoes in the population. Okay, so how did it take place? So initially what was there? The mosquitoes or the insects or the pests, they were sensitive to the DDT, right? So if DDT was sprayed, they would be killed. But suddenly, after the introduction of this DDT, after the continuous usage of this DDT, it was seen that there was appearance of certain mosquitoes which became resistant to that. So now these mutant strains which are resistant to DDT, soon now they became well established in the population, right? Because they could survive in that particular habitat, right? And to a great extent, they replaced the original DDT sensitive mosquitoes, right? So that was one example. Next, another example we have antibiotic resistance in bacteria. So this is also a similar type of example, students. So previously we said that DDT resistance is seen in the mosquitoes now, right? So it is not easy to kill the mosquitoes. Then also antibiotic resistance, as I told you, this is true for disease causing bacteria also, against which we use the antibiotics or the drugs to kill these bacteria. So now when a bacterial population encounters a particular antibiotic, so when you administer an antibiotic to a particular type of bacteria, what happens there? Those which are sensitive to that antibiotic, they die, right? But some bacteria, they undergo mutations, okay, and they become resistant to the antibiotic. So such resistant bacteria, they survive. For example, here you can see that the bacteria, they undergo mutations, right? So certain mutations are not favorable, so they are killed. They may continue for certain generations and further they are killed. But certain mutations are so favorable that they go on multiplying. Why it is favorable? Here, because these strains, they are resistant to antibiotics, right? So such resistant bacteria, they survive and they multiply quickly as the competing bacteria have died. The other different strains, they are died now. They cannot compete with this mutant strain, right? So soon the resistance providing genes which are present in this bacteria, now they become widespread. Why? Because these bacteria are multiplying enormously, right? And now this entire bacterial population, now it will become resistant, because in the future generations here, the number of this mutant strain is highly increasing. So in that population, if you see, you can see that all those bacteria, they are resistant to antibiotics, right? So this is one example we can quote for natural selection, students. That is, nature has selected the resistant variety, right? So this here you can see, students, initially there is very few resistant bacteria and the susceptible ones are more. So once there is continuous dosage of these antibiotics, the resistant varieties have increased enormously. So this is also an example of evolution by anthropogenic action. So anthropogenic means it is man-made. Okay, so this is not actually naturally taking place in the nature. So this is induced by humans, right? So because of human introduction of the chemicals, that has led to a new variety. Okay, formation of a new variety, right? So this also tells us that evolution is not a directed process. Okay, students, it is a process which is based on chance factors. Sometimes naturally some events take place in the nature, accidental processes, and because of that chance mutations take place, right? So hence we can say that in a mixed population, now not only this example I'm telling you. So first example for natural selection we had given about the industrial melanism, then you studied about this resistance of insects to pesticides. Next, third example I gave was antibiotic resistance, right? So by seeing all these three examples, what can we infer? When there is mixed populations, that is two or more different populations are there, those that can better adapt, right? Those that can better adapt, they survive. That is, the ones which are adapting themselves, that is the ones which are showing variations to adapt themselves in the particular environment where they are present, only those organisms will survive and they will increase in their population. The one which has no adaptations for that particular environment, those organisms will die, they cannot survive. Yes, okay. So this is how we can say that the life might have evolved due to natural selection also. Okay, so hope you have understood this. So students, these examples, industrial melanism and this DDT resistance, also many times they have asked. It is a question for industrial melanism is a question for 3 marks many a times, and DDT resistance has also been asked for 2 marks. Okay, so thank you very much.